XL2 do need to set the pace car here, as they are on the offense. Atlanta Academy on the defense. Sugar Free, okay.
This is interesting.
Rather different in the Junkrat. We've only seen a little bit of Junkrat during the tournament. Did come out from Fisher of HSL.
Far rarer, Jaws, to see the Junkrat with the Bastion. Usually you would see May be played alongside Bastion to have that additional ability to contest the point, because at this point I wonder who from Atlanta Academy is going to be actually contesting the objective. Because Sugar Free will be able to do that because he does have the ability to, but he doesn't really have the survivability to make that a long-term prospect like a May would. So there's potential here that XL2 could try and circumvent this by simply playing around the objective and forcing Atlanta to make a rotation with a vulnerable Orisa and Bastion.
See you later.
Very quick check there.
Oh, nicely on Buds.
Oh yeah, does get naded too, but it doesn't really matter that much. Just a bit of free ult charge for Kodak in this instance.
Reaper May is going to be able to push up Saucy out of any shields. It's going to be all about how Gotta watch those traps.
There's a trap we saw earlier, and Haku actually goes down as well. Oh wow, disaster for XL2 on their first push. I mean, this is one of the scariest picks as well. You got to run into, if you're running head first, of course, which KSP and Speedly will want to do. If they get trapped up, if he doesn't have Ice Block or Wraith, yeah, kind of dead.
And guess what? There's also nothing now to mitigate the potential damage coming in from Kodak, Saucy, and Sugar Free as people rotate towards. You can see going back is Buds trying to protect those who are coming on back. They've got to commute up these stairs, Jaws, but going up those stairs can be very dangerous against Biotic grenades and Sugar Free's grenades.
Yeah, big nade onto Haku. Did use the shift ability in the end. Shift, unfortunately, is not going to get anything. That Holt even, sorry. And they tried to move on to this point. Problem is, Sugar Free's almost got an ult available. Haku and KSP end up going down anyway. I mean, at the point, XL2 just need to get on it, just hopefully secure a tick. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to. Sugar Free in a 1v1 though. Speedly gets the advantage. 30 HP is Sugar Free.
The immortality field as well. Respect for 1v1.
Yeah, that was
what are you supporting?
Complete disrespect. Unfortunate, but there you go. Unfortunately, they just do want to win Harry, so there it is. Buds in Gig are going to go down to Saucy, and now Atlanta Academy sitting on a wealth of ultimates.
2 minutes remain for XL2, Jaws. They need to try and make the same rotations again, get onto the point. I'm not sure who was contesting last time, potentially Sugar Free. That's how he ended up in that duel with Speedly. And evidently you can see that Funny Astro is actually a little bit less concerned here with keeping Sugar Free alive. He's mostly about babysitting Saucy, whereas Kodak's going to be the more on-demand healer who will have sightlines onto both Sugar Free and Saucy to keep that Junkrat fighting on the point. So much damage coming out. And guess what? A Riptide is ready. Never thought I'd say that in 2019. In current year, we're going to see some mad traction.
Be careful though if you're Sugar Free. If you go down, it could be rather disastrous. Uh-oh, Holt. No, into mines. Yes, it did. It killed Speedly somehow. I didn't think that actually worked. Tyre's going to come through as well, although they might not even choose to use it, to be fair. They've already killed Speedly, and Saucy has activated tank mode. Didn't get too much off of it, but still the pressure was present. Waiting for the Holt is Sugar Free, I can imagine. Holt's everybody in, then Tyre. But no! Kodak goes down! What a perfect Holt from Gig. Sugar Free needs to find someone with his Tyre. It's going so low. Oh, straight on top of Buds and OG. Now only a minute does remain for XL2. Almost perfect position for Atlanta Academy. If they did end up starting here in full hold, the XL2 are only looking for a draw on their favorite map.
Funny Astro picking up a slack right here. And that would mean, Jaws, if they can't get a tick, but they'd be looking for that draw, that would be absolutely tragic. And Atlanta Academy, they still have ultimates to use in this next fight. They can get 50% more damage if the supercharge goes down. They've got the nano boost. No, they don't actually have a nano boost. They've got the amplification matrix, is what I was talking about. That's double damage, 900 DPS coming out of the Bastion if he's going straight through it. And they fell for the same trap again, Jaws.
Oh, and Gig ends up going down to Saucy as well. If you're an XL2 fan right now, you're not looking too pleased. Atlanta Academy still sitting on so many ults. 30 seconds remain. XL2 need to do something, and this Blizzard is going to have to be huge.
It feels like they just need a teleporter, Jaws. Every time they make this commute, there's just so much that Sugar Free is doing to stop their movement.
So many ults are available and being popped by Atlanta as well. Supercharger as well as that amplification matrix. Look at that damage onto Buds. You can't stop this. XL2 will rotate onto the point. KSP does end up going down. Blizzard comes out as well as that's beaten. Saucy gets frozen up. This is perfect. It's their time to strike. XL2 have one tick on the point. OT is going to tick down as well as Atlanta Academy are going to be able to get onto the point and clear everybody else off. Oh, Sugar Free. I didn't know I wanted to see his Junkrat, and I'm glad I did. Very winnable though right now for XL2, like I said. It's been the only map they've won against Atlanta in Contenders. And now here at Gauntlet as well, they've got to defend against 30, I think it was like 36, 37%.
And Josh, you've got to remember, when we see XL2 pick the map, Atlanta got to pick the side, and it's evident that they wanted to try and tilt out XL2 using this strategy to start off with. They wanted to make sure that XL2 did not get a chance to take them to the second point of Horizon where they are at their best. Instead, why not just hold them on first using an innovative strategy?
36%, man. That's a whole lot to ask for, but...
You know what they say in ranked?
Winnable.
Very winnable.
Very winnable.
Don't give up, team. Why are you going Torb?
Match point as well for Atlanta. XL2 on the verge of getting eliminated by the NA brethren.
I've got to have a bit of a theory craft, Jaws, as to why Buds has come in at this point. He has been described as the older brother of the team. He is the mature, emotional core. He's competed here on this stage before in Apex. Didn't get very far, unfortunately. He came third in his group with Fnatic. The only people they beat was Flashlucks. This time, he's made it considerably further. He's made it all the way to this lower bracket round. Wants to go all the way, though. But one of the most important things is that he needs to be the fluent English speaker rather than Bianca, who is coordinating with KSP, giving him that full babysit that maybe Bianca would not be able to provide when they're not following the exact plan. This is where the variability of XL2 strategy can come to the fore when Buds is doing his best. Gate is rolling out on the Wrecking Ball here. They just want to be able to touch the point draw. So they want to force a rotation from XL2, but because they got Speedily on the May, they will have a lot more coherent potential to try and contest the point.
Funny, Astro gets deleted. Rides on the frozen wall and then ends up dying. It's a bit unfortunate. This is the comp, of course, that XL2 have been just so good on. Gate now in the back here near this mega health pack, and Sugarfree's going to be on the Sombra too.
They're
so
going to
again,
look for a double cap potentially, just get the two people pressuring it. Oh.
Gate is going to try for a power drive. Doesn't quite get on the high ground, but I don't think he actually needs to do it anyway. Doesn't really want to face up against the Bastion. Now the May's going to be on the point, going fairly low. A lot of protection, though, from the high ground. Of course, Haku and OG have long-range heals. Nice little kill onto Saucy to start everything off. KSP does get rocked in the end, and a little bit of trouble is Gator in, but he should be fine for the time being. Haku and OG, though, might be in a little bit more trouble. They are alone near the entrance to the point. OG actually ends up going down. Disaster strikes for XL2. They lose one of their main healers, and Haku's going to go down as well. This should be it. XL2 just completely splitting up, and Atlanta are going to push forward. Hawk with a triple kill. This is going to be it. Atlanta Academy, they're going to be able to claim this 36% in a blink of an eye and take the series 3-0.
Beautiful play from them. They knew exactly what they needed to do, Jaws. They needed to just break down this fight. Don't let them operate as the single unit that has served them so well. Just have those brawls. Have OG and Haku just sprawling out on the ground against the other healers, because that means they can't support their tanks. That means you're going to see your Buds, Sigma fall, and then everyone else is going to be isolated. They don't have that ability to peel. Everyone just gets picked off one by one. You love those trades if you're on Assault, and you love those trades if each of them is integral to defending that Bastion. XL2 have made it very far here, and they can be proud of what they've achieved, but Atlanta Academy will remain the sole North American representative moving further into our bracket. The entire hopes of North America rest on their shoulders.
XL2's undefeated map finally taken down by Atlanta. And history repeats itself. Atlanta, 3 of 3 games they have won against XL2. And they'll be moving through the bracket. Of course, we'll find out who they face a little bit later on. Genji Talon coming up later, as well as Element Mystic versus Runaway. What a fantastic start to the day. They're going to be feeling really good with themselves, of course, but getting a 3-0 as well against another NA team and being NA's highest hopes, you'd expect nothing less.
Absolutely, coming in as the #1 seed, they look dominant in the regular season. Of course, now they can add to their list of accolades that they've beaten XL2 on Horizon, which is a little bit of a new one for this particular team.
Got some stellar games coming up a little later, though. Of course, Talon, just such an incredible team. Basically the Pacific heroes coming into this tournament. Not a lot of people had high hopes for them, but they've really made a name for themselves. Of course, they may face off against Atlanta a little bit later on in the tournament. Then Runaway versus Element Mystic also, which is going to be a very scary game for either side.
And let's give context to this entire tournament, Jules. 7 teams came to Seoul, South Korea to try and challenge the dominance of Korean Overwatch on their own turf. 2 remain, Talon and Atlanta Academy. Talon could potentially be eliminated by Gen G by the end of the day, and the winner of that match will go up against Atlanta Academy. It could be that the non-Korean teams end up just, well, only one of them will survive. We'll always end up with Element Mystical Runaway surviving onto our final day. One of them will be in the grand finals. For the hopes of a lot of Western Overwatch rests on the shoulders of Atlanta Academy. They are a mix of EU and NA. They do have a Korean on the roster in Perfect, but I was told they don't really have many plans to sub him in this particular rotation, because maybe it's just that their target calling right now looks so sublime. The way they operate on a single page, they don't want to try and disrupt that comm structure by bringing in another player. It's more of just like a contingency if someone feels ill.
Just like we got Kodak down on the stage as well, preparing for an interview, so it'd be nice to hear his thoughts on things. And like we mentioned before, they're basically an OWL team in Contenders currently. Does like we have Kodak now, going for that interview, and how does he feel being on this stage? Let's find out.